Thinking of having solar installed on your roof? Be careful when choosing your contractor. Here are 6 things to consider before signing that contract. Hi there, this is David and Marcy Lynn, the Just a Little Further crew, and we're here with another how-to video. Hope you enjoy it. If adding a rooftop solar system is in your future, it's imperative to do your homework before choosing your solar contractor. There's hardly a week that goes by without a local news station exposing some new scam or a disreputable contractor that either did a shoddy installation job or absconded with a customer's deposit. Here are things to check out about your contractor before proceeding.
Probably the most important consideration is the contractor's competence and reliability. Several of the solar companies in our area are the local offices of large national companies. While I'm sure that some of these do great work, I think they typically have a higher turnover rate than small, locally owned companies. Also, if you need to resolve an issue, you can talk to a local person rather than someone in a call center halfway around the world. Just because a company is locally owned and operated doesn't make it a good bet. If it's been in business for 10 years or more, however, it's more likely that they're doing something right. Any company that's been installing solar systems for 10 years or more is going to have a lot of reviews. Check out Yelp, Nextdoor, Reddit, Facebook, the Better Business Bureau, and Solar Reviews when deciding on which contractor to use. Even great companies get a few bad reviews, however, but this is a good way to see how they handle problems. Next, check the warranties that the contractor provides. The contractor should provide a warranty for labor and workmanship. Make sure that it covers any leaks in the roof that develop as a result of the installation. A good contractor will provide a 10-year warranty. All solar panels deteriorate with time. A good solar panel should maintain at least 97% of peak efficiency for the first 5 years and operate at least 80% by year 25. Expect the various electronic components like inverters and controllers to be warranted for 10 to 25 years. The contractor should acquire all the necessary electrical permits necessary to comply with your city and county electrical requirements. The contractor should also provide the interface with your utility company. This includes arranging for a connection to the grid. If your utility has a net metering plan, which means they will buy the excess energy your solar array produces, your contractor should also request and schedule the installation of the special meter that keeps track of how much energy your array feeds back into the power grid. Finally, your system must also have a controller that either shuts your system down or disconnects your system if grid power is lost. This is to protect a lineman working on a transformer, for example, who could be electrocuted if your solar system is feeding power back into what he assumes is a de-energized grid. If you live in a community with an HOA, you'll probably need their approval before installing the solar system. In most states, an HOA cannot prevent the installation of a solar system, but they do have some control over how it is installed. Our HOA, for example, has several requirements related primarily to the aesthetics of the installation. A reputable contractor will ensure its work meets your HOA requirements and even provide a complete HOA submission package to ensure approval is granted without issue. It's important that the installation is robust enough to withstand whatever Mother Nature sends your way, not only now, but 10 or 20 years down the road. Make sure your contractor uses hardware and attachment methods that are rated for the weather extremes you might see, whether hurricane forces or heavy snow loads. Your contractor should also provide a warranty that covers any damage done as part of the installation process, including replacing any tiles or shingles that are damaged during the installation. We're proud of our house, and the finished look of the installation is important to us. Before proceeding with a contractor, take a look at some of his other installations. In particular, look for the following. Our HOA requires a pigeon barrier be placed around the edges of all the solar panels to keep the pigeons from nesting under them. Some installers in our neighborhood skip this part, which is fine by me because the local pigeons really prefer roosting on their house rather than ours. Other installers use chicken wire as a barrier, which is effective but not especially aesthetically pleasing. Our installer uses a black, scalloped sheet metal skirting around the edges of the solar panels, which fit nicely over our roof tiles and give the system a professional finished look. To make the electrical connections between the panels and between the panels and the breaker box, the wires are routed through conduit, which is metal tubing that protects the wiring from the elements. Many contractors simply run the conduit across the roof, over the eave overhang, then down the side of the house. Sometimes they paint them, sometimes they don't. A much better method is to pass the conduit down through the roof and inside the attic. Then the contractor should paint the conduit to match the house where it exits the attic. The downside to this approach is that more holes are drilled in your roof, increasing the possibility of leaks, but this is a minimal risk if done properly. A good contractor will give you the option of choosing which method you prefer. A pet peeve of mine: make sure your contractor doesn't install solar panels with silver frames. For just a few dollars more, he can get solar panels with a much more attractive dark frame. You are about to spend thousands, if not tens of thousands, on solar. By choosing the right solar contractor, not only will your system be properly installed and look good, but you probably won't see the local news van parked in front of your house.
Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please click on the like button below. If you want to see more of our how-to, travel, sailing, road trips, and trekking videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We also blog and update our website regularly, so check us out at www.justalittlefurther.com. Bye for now.